And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Lost Odyssey. I'm your host, the RPG Guy, and let's keep moving, shall we? So, in order for us to actually continue the story, we actually need to, walk down this way. See, this is where the HD, remake would be great for this, to clean up some of the jitteriness. This is, again, just the limitation of the console being put to the extreme.
Ooh, I think you went into that alley. It's kind of hot, so, oh, my nipples!
Wait, let go! My throat!
You don't need a throat to live.
Damn!
Do you? I don't know anatomy well.
Why are you following me?
You're Kai Marganar. I mean, Lord Gongora asked me to do it. It's the truth. I'm supposed to tell you to go to his manor. He has something important to
Why would
to
you
tell
sneak up on him then? Jackass.
You are?
Jansen, messenger for Lord Gongora. At your service. Man, what an attitude. Jeez whiz.
Okay. So that just happened, which doesn't really mean much at the moment. So let's keep moving. Have you heard about this? A connection of mine in the council told me Councilman Gongora has been confined to his private estate. Could it be true? So the soldiers in front of his house aren't protecting him, but rather keeping him in there. So rumors are starting to spread of shenanigans. The finest of shenanigans. Shenanigans that could not be measured with near or far.
They could not be measured, Mahirasa. There's just so much going on.
So, obviously we're gonna go give Gongora a visit here. And of course we're gonna get scenes. Glorious scenes! Lord Tolton is currently visiting. Please wait. Fine.
House arrest is going too far. I have firmly opposed Roxian on this. Do not despair, Gongora.
My gold armor is absolutely fabulous.
Thank you, Your Majesty. It is much more than I could have asked. Your father would have been pleased.
I could never fill my father's shoes. And now that Uhra is a republic, I am simply a citizen like everyone else. I am no longer Your Majesty.
I respect the royal blood that flows in your veins. It is only fitting that I offer the respect you're due.
Do not be foolish. People will think you're a dissident who wants to restore the monarchy.
Gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet, buddy.
I'm truly happy that you have come to see me. You've always been so kind.
You taught me the rudiments of magic. I cannot help but be kind to you in return. I cannot understand Roxian. I believe he intends to stop work on Grand Staff. It makes me angry, Gongora. Our entire nation has benefited from magic energy, yet he does not understand the significance of Grand Staff. If we can increase magic energy with Grand Staff, just think how much better our people's lives would be.
Go on.
We would no longer need soldiers. You have seen the future of Uhra, and how Grand Staff can make it happen. Roxian's vision is too narrow for our nation to grow. I am sorry you had to witness that.
There is no need to apologize. I'm happy your highness understands.
I'm gonna say that took more words.
But even if they stop Grand Staff, we could develop a newer and far better magic engine.
Please let me know what you need, Gongora. I can help you.
I am unworthy, your highness.
So we learned that Tolton is obviously a prince. Kind of like they went from, like, when Britain went from, like, a monarchy to a democracy or, you know, republic. And had parliament. So this would be like the first generation of person not to become king. But he doesn't seem to show too much animosity. Just more of a belief of what's best for his country. Question is, does he like cheeseburgers?
Please, go in.
Those who do not like cheeseburgers must die. Die! I'm sorry, I'm a big In-N-Out fan. I can't help it. Their food is delicious. Oh. So we're given some permission to just kind of free roam around here. Though we're not going to exploit it too much, but just enough to get all the goodies. So let's do that. Yoink. We get a delicious seed, which is always nice. Head through here to find what looks like three chests. We get the Hawkeye accessory, which is actually a pretty interesting accessory. Get the Berserker necklace. And we get a flare bomb. Now we're gonna go ahead and equip the Hawkeye. Now here's what you need to notice. If you look carefully, look at Kaim's outfit. Let's change the accessory. Let's say the Berserker necklace. Do you see it? Well, now let's make another change. Do you see a difference? The earrings. So the accessories, many of them, not necessarily all of them, have a visual alteration to the character. So it's kind of this game's way of allowing characters to still wear the same outfits, but have some alteration. I don't believe every accessory shows. But yeah, it's interesting. I believe actually they do, but some of them are very hard to notice, and some are very, very absurdly subtle. And some of them don't appear where you think they would, like the necklace doesn't always appear around the neck. It can appear around the waist or other places, or like wrapped up in a hand or something. So it's an interesting thing. You'll see some weirdness throughout the game of me having fun with the accessories. Not necessarily because I want to have fun with them, but because, much like Final Fantasy IX, in order to learn passive skills and other various abilities so that'll apply later to the skill learning and stuff, skill link, for example, you can see that we're going to be learning what's called factual analysis to some degree once we start getting into combat again. And learning skills sometimes will trump just basic leveling. Sometimes you just want to get skills. And this game really expresses a lot of that interest.
That woman. How could she be in Uhra without me knowing?
And what's really neat about that system is it's really borrowed from Final Fantasy IX. But you're going to see something else that is that idea taken a step further, which is really neat. It's somewhat innovative for its time.
Good, you're here.
Don't kiss it. He secretly wiped his
I
ass.
asked you here for only one reason.
Hold on.
What
And
is
even
it?
look, he's in the scene. You can see the earrings in the scene as well.
Oh no. Great, here he comes. Hey, whoa, hey, you are really short-tempered. Hey, I don't have a sword, okay? Easy.
Why are you here?
I told you, I'm just a messenger. I came to see if you really come or not, which you have, so that's good.
That's enough, Kaim. He's on our side.
Thanks. A little late, though.
We can use him. He's cunning and quick, and he has many connections. I want you to take him on your investigation of Grand Staff.
No way, sir.
You know, I thought he'd say that, my lord. His shoes, hello?
Look, this other immortal joining the investigation, she might be dangerous.
Why?
The woman was once a pirate. I don't know how it happened, but she's now a soldier for our army. Well, the past is the past, and I know little else about her. Take Jensen with you. He can help keep her in check. Despite what else he may be, he has a healthy respect for women.
So, you know, I heard she was a looker, if you catch my drift. I mean, you've seen her, right? Okay, be that way. You guys are way too serious.
Pirate. All right. Understood.
All right, then. I'll be there early. Oh, yeah, you can count on it.
Remember, Kaim, you're the only one I can trust. I can't leave here for a while. The Grand Staff is my life's work. So if something is wrong, I want you, with your immortal powers, to find out what it is. Understood? You'll be briefed later. You should go now.
I'll be right behind you. Oh, he's gonna be fun to work with.
This is for your trouble.
Wow, nice. You know, my lord, I've been thinking, working with this guy, it's like playing with fire. I mean, did you see his eyes? I mean, that's creepy. I got a bad feeling about this whole thing. I mean, this little guarantee is not gonna be enough, I'm afraid, to keep an eye on him. You're gonna have to give me a little bit more, you know what I'm saying?
You're already under a magic contract. Don't get greedy.
Wow! Whoa, hey, okay, that's some serious mojo, buddy. Easy, easy.
Is your fee still unsatisfactory?
Okay, not funny. I'm not laughing, okay? I didn't stick my neck out for this, okay? Jeez, everyone's a pain in the ass. I'm taking a bath.
Well, that was different. Was it not? Yeah, I know. Kind of peculiar. And yes, there's other areas and stuff like that, but I don't believe there's anything more we can do. Yeah, we can't do anything about this yet. Alright, so come on, get to the door. There you go. Loo. Running. As we will be good to go in a little bit, because there's a few things we got to do first and foremost. But don't worry about it. We got to travel through the town for the most part. Hello, pirate nurse. Possible pirate nurse.
Hey! I've been looking everywhere
What's
for
up,
you.
sweet cheeks?
I heard about the Grand Staff investigation. Looks like we both got the short end of the stick. It's not enough that we just keep surviving, eh? There's always something. So, what did you learn in the council?
Nothing to do with you.
Oh, really? Say, haven't we met somewhere before? Hmm? Ugh. Nothing to worry about if you can't remember. Neither can I.
You too, huh?
I can't recall a thing. All I know is that my name seems to be Seth Balmore. People say I used to be a pirate.
Scissor her timbers.
Isn't it strange that both of us lost our memory and are immortal? Maybe we met a long time ago. I sort of get that feeling when I look at you. When we met before, were we enemies? Or allies? Or maybe even lovers? Looking forward to starting our journey tomorrow, Kaim Arganar.
Tomorrow?
You still haven't been contacted by the council? You set out for Grand Staff tomorrow morning. I thought you would have heard by now. Oh, and by the way, I'll be joining you on your little trip.
So you are going with me then?
Being late is strictly forbidden.
Kids don't do drugs. That's my best suggestion. Why would she be running? That's what Kaim's thing is like, why would you be running? Are you late for something? Anyway. Oh boy. Let's keep moving. Oop, wait. No, never mind. I thought I saw something. Let's keep moving. And in order to get things moving along here, we got to come back to the inn and head inside. Just as a reminder, I think I mentioned it earlier, this game starts a little slow, so you have to kind of forgive some of that. Welcome back. I received a message from the council earlier. You are to report to the Great Gate for your next mission. If you head to the station, you can take either the monorail or pick up a taxi to the Great Gate. Be careful out there. Oakley dokley. So I would say the easiest thing to do is just go this way. Down the street. And we can head for the monorail or the taxi, whichever is easiest to find. Which I believe going this way, you'll bump into the taxi before you get to the monorail. As I clearly went the wrong way. Excuse me. I realized, like, as soon as that scene changed, I was like, oh, wait a minute, this is back towards the council. Oopsies. Yeah, the game does jump you around a few places, and you gotta kind of remember where you were. Alright, we'll head this way. Just gonna go the way I knew. So we gotta go around here, and here's one of the taxis. Where are you headed? Great Gate. Let me on. Great Gate of Uhra. Wait, that's the Great Gate of Kiev. Never mind.
Why aren't we leaving? We should have already been gone by now.
I'm waiting for somebody.
What? Who?
There's somebody else on the team.
Huh? I haven't heard about that.
I have.
Pizza, pizza.
Ooh.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks. You guys are seeing.
What the? This is the other guy?
Yeah.
Whoa, baby. What a woman. I can't believe my luck.
Reeks of booze.
Why are you late?
Can't you tell? A man's got to do certain things before leaving on a mission like this, and I knew what I had to do.
Jerk.
Thank you, my lovely. Do or die Johnson is now off to meet certain death.
Miss you. Oh, Jensen, come back to us. We still have that bottle
Oh, that is
for you.
so sweet. I know. Oh, don't say that. That's so nice. Oh, you girls, I'm already missing you. Hey, can I have just 15 more minutes? I need 15 for her, and her. That's 45 minutes. That's all I'm asking.
Like we would wait for you, you worthless drunk.
That hurt.
You
not very
poor
nice.
things.
I think I
You
was
know
very
what?
good.
You're free to go.
Hey,
Thanks for bringing him to us.
Ah.
Well, thank you. You're such a doll. You come and play with us next time, honey. The more the
Hey,
merrier.
don't touch me. Get out of here. Shoot.
The whores must go.
Very nice. Okay, bye-bye, girls. Don't cry. I'll be back.
Well, we know what Jensen spent all his money on.
Bye again.
Hookers and blow.
Great. Just what we need. More useless baggage.
Hey, that's not nice. I ain't gonna come in real handy. You know, you can count on it. Whoa! Hey.
Who's counting on what?
Ow. Hey. Man, you are so angry. What is your problem? Hey, you ready?
I will explain that better than this game will, to a degree. So, here's the deal, is we've got characters in the front row, and we've got Jensen in the back. Now, here's what you need to know. Jensen is not, strangely, an immortal. And the thing is that immortals can do what's called skill link. Also keep in mind that if I pull it up here, let's see, I'll give you an example in just a minute. Let me just find and get all these characters kind of set up here. Let's do that. And if we give one to Jensen, you'll notice he can't learn skills. Okay? That's the first thing you need to know about Jensen, because he's immortal. Now, the other thing you need to know about Jensen is you can see, you know, steel, level 1 white magic, level 1 black magic. But what you need to know, if I can find it here. Oh, you know what? Never mind. Skills. Set link. We can actually have characters learn skills from mortal characters. So the immortals are multifaceted characters in a way. They can learn anything from mortal characters. And much like learning skills from gear, they can learn from anything, so to speak. So they can, you know, anyway, it's something that's your SP will double down on and take care of a lot of that. Now, magic is going to be interesting because, as you notice, Jensen can do white and black magic, and magic is something that you kind of have to figure out. It's a bit more complicated than what you might think it is, and you can kind of see who learns what and all that stuff. And I'm not going to give too much away more going forward, but when you grind levels in this game, things that you're looking to do and accomplish are going to have to deal with that. That's all. Sorry, I'm just like kind of wandering around. So anyway, that's something that's going to be relevant. The other thing that's going to be relevant is rotating gear to the immortal characters, making sure that they get opportunities to kind of learn everything. So That's a thing in and of itself as well. How should I go about this? The cargo lift is a tricky little thing. Hey, you there, do you know how to use this thing? You can't get up there without going on the lifts. It's pretty easy to screw up if you aren't careful. Plus, there's that junk in there, too. But I've got to get these lifts moving, though. What to do? Yeah, we'll work the lifts for him. You'll give me a hand. What a relief, then. Let me explain how this works. You use the 3 levers to work the lifts. Each lift can stop the top, middle, or bottom. And we need to get all of them to the bottom here. The tricky part is pulling one lever moves 2 lifts at once. What's worse, each lift goes up and down in its own particular pattern. Also, you can move the lifts only a set number of times. After 6 movements, it'll automatically reset to its default position, so you can't screw it up too badly at the very least. Go ahead and give him a shot. I'm sure you can figure it out soon enough. So, let's go ahead and pull lever A. Lever C. I believe the next one is lever B. And then last but not least is lever A. Wow, impressive. You're pretty good at controlling this thing. What do you think about working here full-time starting today? Anyways, I can finally clear all the junk out there. If you see anything you want, just take it. Think it is my thanks for helping you move this thing. Sure. We'll exploit it. Because we'll get something pretty good. Let's keep moving. So sometimes you'll see me learn skills that don't seem that relevant, and that's just because of the timing of a piece of gear coming off another character. And that'll make more sense as we go on here. I wouldn't worry about it too much right away. So we're going to get us a delicious free item. This might be a slightly longer episode just because of everything that's going to be going on too, by the way. Just as a heads up. So, like, here we go. Guard heal. Recovers HP when defend is used. It's kind of useful, but in the same respect, it's also expensive. Compared to, like, well, 8 to 10 doesn't seem like that much, but it's not like we can pass them evenly between the characters right now. And we do want to learn Hawkeye and some other skills early on. The earlier the better, especially if it's like your first playthrough as kind of a safety measure. So, to make sure you're a little bit more advanced for what's coming. Alright, but we're not done yet. Up we go. And I'm going to warn you guys up front, we're going to be getting a lot of stories. These are very easy to miss, too. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do something. Hold on. Before we do this, we're going to get a lot of the 1,000 years of memories coming up. We're going to get like 4 or 5 of them. I'll make sure to do them. Well, there's the one in the park on the playground. There's the dude at the monorail station. I'm trying to think of where the other ones are. There's one in the inn, I believe. Actually, I think there's 2 in the inn. Don't worry about it. We'll get him. I have a soldier telling me he lost his helmet. Where the heck could it be? He said he dropped it through a gap while he was going up on the lift, but when he went back to fetch it, it was gone. Okay. Check this out. Boom. Goofy ass helmet. Hey, that's the soldier's helmet. Wow, it was stuck up on there. I will return the helmet to the soldier. Thank you so much. Oh, right, I better repay you. This is actually really useful. The antidote brooch. I believe it takes a lot. It takes 20, but it grants full immunity to poison. But like I said, it's easier to learn the lighter stuff this early in the game and to pick up the heavier stuff later. Though the heavier skill is going to be learned by somebody. And there is a reason early on to do some light grinding. Off and on. And then there's going to be an actual major grinding section to which we will exploit the living hell out of. Not just to learn skills for all the different characters, but to unlock other ones. So, well, don't worry about it right now. It's still a lot to figure out. So take that. So anyway, yeah, we're going to be doing, and if hopefully I have enough time, we're going to do a lot of the 1,000 Year of Dreams stuff. That way we don't have to come back here and do it again. And if we have any time left, which is going to be very unlikely, but if we have time left, we're going to try and do some shopping, because we actually can. You know what? My dad works in a magic production factory. He's the boss of the whole place. I'm not the boss of anything, really. I'm glad she's proud of me, though. Everything I do for her. And here's a dream. Let's take a look, shall we? So, yeah, this is a lot of this episode is going to be reading these, so I hate to say if you're not interested in these, which I wouldn't know why, but if you're not, you may want to move on.
Little liar. Everyone in the marketplace hates the little girl. Not yet 10 years old, and far from having outgrown the sweet innocence of childhood, she earns only open contempt from the grown-ups who have the shops in the market. The reason is simple. She lies about everything. Hey, mister, I just saw a burglar go into your house. Look, lady, everything just fell off your shelves. Hey, everybody, did you hear what the traveler said? Bandits are planning to attack this market. Even the most harmless white lies can be annoying if repeated often enough. And the shopkeepers have found themselves growing angry. You better watch out for her, too, the lady grocer warns Kai. Nobody here falls for her lies anymore, so she's always on the lookout for newcomers or strangers. Someone like you would be a perfect target for her. She could be right. Kaim is new in town. He arrived a few days ago and had just started working in the marketplace today. What do her parents do? Kaim asks while loading a cart full of vegetables. The woman frowns and shakes her head with a sigh. She doesn't have any. They died? The mother did, at least. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago. She was a healthy young woman who never so much as caught a cold in her life. Then one day she collapsed, and that was it for her. What about her father? She sighs more deeply than before and says, he left to find a job in the city. The parents used to operate a variety of stores in the market, though the mother almost single-handedly took care of the actual buying and selling of the many goods they carried. As soon as she died, the shop's fortunes took a plunge, until it was eventually taken over by someone else. The father went off to the distant capital city in search of a good-paying job that would enable him to cover their debts. He promised to come back in 6 months, but he had been gone a whole year now. Letters used to arrive from him on occasion, care of his friend the tailor, but those two gave out about 6 months ago. I guess you could say it's sad for such a little girl to be waiting around for her father to come home, but still. The girl now sleeps in a corner of the communal storehouse run by the people of the marketplace. We all used to talk about taking care of her, to be stand-in parents for her until her father comes back. This is no surprise to Kaim. He knows from his own experience that all the people who work in the marketplace, and not just this plump, kindly woman, are good-hearted and generous despite their limited means. Otherwise, they never would have hired a stranger like himself. But long before that first 6 months went by, we were all heartily sick of her. She was a sweet, simple girl while her mother was alive, but this experience had left her kind of twisted. All of her sweetness is gone. Of course, we all feel sorry for her, and we take our turns feeding her and dressing her in hand-me-downs, but the way she keeps telling lies to all the grown-ups, nobody really cares about her anymore. Why can't she see that? She must be lonely, don't you think? With a pained smile, the woman shrugs and says, "That's enough gabbing for one day. Work, work!" And she goes back inside the shop. Kaim is sorting the vegetables he has unloaded in front of the shop when he hears a little voice behind him. "Hey, mister, you new here?" It's the girl. "Uh-huh. You're not from the town, are you?" "No, I'm not." "Are you living upstairs while you work here?" "For a while, at least. That's what I'm hoping to do." "I'll tell you a secret, okay?" It's starting already. "Okay," Kaim says without pausing in his work. "There's a ghost in the marketplace. The people here don't tell anybody about it because it's bad for business. But it's really here. I see it all the time." "Really?" Kaim responds with a feigned surprise. He decides to play along with her rather than scold her for lying. In this endless long life of his, he has encountered any number of children who have lost their parents or been abandoned by them. The sadness and loneliness of children who have been cast into the wide world alone are exactly what Kaim feels himself as he continues to wander through the infinite flow of time. "What kind of ghost?" "A woman, and I know who she is." "It's the ghost of a mother who lost her child," she says. "A little girl, her only child, died in an epidemic. Overcome with grief, the mother chose to die, and now her ghost appears in the marketplace every night, searching for her daughter." "The poor mother. She killed herself so she could be with her daughter, but she can't find her in the other world either. So she keeps looking for her here, calling out to her, 'Where are you? Hurry and come with Mommy to the other world.'" The girl tells her story with a deadly seriousness. "Don't you think it is sad?" she asks Kaim. She actually has tears in her eyes, which is precisely why Kaim knows she is lying. Even if she had not been warned by the woman, he would have known this was a lie based on what she told him about the girl's background. Kaim carefully arranges bunches of well-ripened grapes in a display crate and asks the girl, "Why do you think the mother can't find her daughter?" "What?" the girl asks him with a dazed stare. "Well," he explains, "the girl is not in the other world, and she's not wandering around in this world, so where is she?" Kaim does not mean this to be a cross-examination. He simply feels that someone who lies out of sorrow can have a far easier time of it by recognizing the lie for what it is. The loneliness of a girl who has lost her mother and been abandoned by her father consists not in telling one little lie, but in having to keep on lying. Now that you mention it, that's a good point," the girl says, smiling calmly. "Really? Where did the girl go?" Kai momentarily considers pointing at the girl to say, "Right here." But before he can do so, she continues, "This is the first time anybody ever asked me that. You're kind of different." I wonder. "No, you are. You're different," the girl insists. "I think we can be friends." Her smile deepens. Kaim smiles back at her, saying nothing. Just then, they hear the Lady Greengrocer coming from the back of the shop, and the girl dashes away. Just before she disappears around the corner into an alleyway, the girl gives Kaim a little wave, as if to say, "See you soon." For the first time, the face of the girl with the all too grown-up speaking style shows a hint of childishness befitting her years. The girl begins coming to see Kaim at the shop several times a day, when the Lady Grocer is not around. She tells him one lie after another. "I baked cookies with my mother last night. I wanted to give you some, but they were so good I ate all of them. Bandits kidnapped me when I was a little baby, but my father came to save me and beat up all those bandits so I didn't get killed. My house? It's big. It's the big white one, at the foot of the mountain. You're new here, so you probably don't know it. It's the biggest house in town. You don't have a family, you're all alone. Poor Kaim, I wish I could share some of my happiness with you." All her lies are born of sorrow. Sad, lonely lies she could never tell to the marketplace people who knew her background. At the end of every chat with Kaim, as she's leaving, the girl holds her finger to her lips and says, "This is just our little secret. Don't tell the Lady Grocer." "Of course," Kaim says, nodding. Of course, Kaim says nothing to anyone. If he happens to find himself in a situation where the market people are speaking ill of the girl, he quietly slips away. Lies and disparagements are funny things. They don't take shape because someone tells them, but rather because someone listens to and voices agreement with them. A truly isolated individual can never speak ill of anyone. The same can be said regarding lies. Because she has someone to tell her lies to, the girl need not fall into the abyss of true isolation. To protect her small, sad share of happiness, Kaim plays the role of her listener, raising no objections. One day, when the girl comes to see Kaim, she takes special care not to be noticed by the Lady Grocer or by the owners of the neighboring shops. "Tell me, mister, are you planning to stay here a long time?" "No, I'm not," Kaim says, continuing to unload vegetables and fruit.
"You'll be leaving when you save up enough money?"
"Probably."
"But you don't have enough yet."
"I'm getting there," he says, turning a strange smile on the girl. This is a white lie of his own. He already has enough money to support himself on the road, nor has he taken his current living job because he needs money so badly. He's here because he has not found a destination he wants to travel to. A journey without a destination is an endless journey. Wise men say that you need dreams and goals in life, but dreams to accomplish and goals to realize shine as guideposts in life, precisely because life is finite. So then, what should be the dreams and goals of one who has been burdened with life that has no end? Kaim's is not a journey to be hurried, nor is it one that can be hurried. Perhaps drifting day after day with no destination cannot even be called a journey. "If I were you," says the girl, "I would get out of this marketplace as soon as I had saved up enough money for 2 or 3 days of traveling." Kaim responds to her with a silent, pained smile. What would be the look on the girl's face if Kaim were to tell her, "I'm staying here for you"? "I'm finding the meaning of my life for now and providing you with a listener for your lies." The moment these words come to mind, words he can never actually speak to her, the girl looks around furtively and says in a near whisper, "If you want to get out of here soon, I know a good way that you can do it." A good way?
Sneak into the tailor shop and steal his money. There's a little pot in the cabinet at the back of the shop. It's full of money.
Are you telling me to steal it?
Yes.
She looks straight at Kaim without the slightest show of doubt in her eyes. In all seriousness, she goes on to explain,
"That tailor deserves to have his place robbed."
"The money in the pot," she says, "is tainted." "I know this girl, a good friend of mine," she says, "and it's so sad about her. Her mother died and her father went off to work at the capital, and she's all gone. And she's all alone. Her father was supposed to come and get her after 6 months, but she hasn't heard a thing from him." Yet another lie born of sorrow. Kaim calmly asks, "Is there some connection between your friend and the tailor?" "Of course," she says. "A close connection. What's really happening is the father was sending her money every month the way he was supposed to help make her life in the town a little easier. And he kept writing to her. He wanted to tell her he found a good job in the city and should come and live with him right away. He's too busy to come for her, so she should come to him. And he sent her money for the trip, but none of the letters or the money has ever reached the girl." "And why do you think that is?" Before Kaim could answer, the girl says, "The mistake he made was to send the letters of money care of the tailor. He's been keeping all the money for himself." Kaim looks away from the girl. In order to prop up one sad lie, the girl has piled on a still sadder one. A lie that can hurt another person. This is the saddest thing of all. The lock on the tailor's back door would be really easy to break, the little girl adds, and she gallops away without waiting for Kaim's reply. The girl comes running into the grocery store the next morning, shouting for the owner. She says directly to the woman, not to Kaim, "Burglars broke into the tailor's shop last night." She says she saw a number of burglars sneaking in late at night, after the marketplace emptied out. Oh my, says the woman, with a forced smile. "That must have been just terrible." She's obviously not taking the girl seriously. "But it's true, though, I really saw them." "Look, little girl, I've just about had all I can take from you. You're such a little liar. It scares me to death to think about you growing up to be a burglar or a con artist or something. I'm busy trying to open my shop now. Do you mind? Try it on somebody else." She's hardly through speaking when someone outside shouts, "Help! Somebody come!" The tailor is standing in the street, looking horrified and screaming at the top of his lungs. Burglars! They took all of my money!" The little girl slips away as the tailor comes in. The marketplace was in an uproar. The girl was not lying, that much was certain. But, all too accustomed to her lies, people now suggest the possibility of another kind of lie. Maybe she did it. What do you think? And so it begins. I think you may be right. Talk about play acting, I wouldn't put it past her. Let's go find her. We'll make her tell, even if we have to get a little rough with her. No one objects to the suggestion. Some run off into the storehouse and others start to search the marketplace. Can't find her anywhere. The storehouse is empty. She ran away with the money. All the searchers return with their reports and speculation. Kaim finally understands everything. After all her sad lies, the girl is left behind one final truth. She couldn't have gotten far. Yes, we can still catch her. The little thief, wait till I get my hands on her. The men rage and the women fan the flames. Good, give her what she deserves. We were so nice to her, and now look at how she treats us. We can't let her get away with it. A dozen men start to run after her, but Kaim stands tall in the road, blocking their way. Hey, move it! The men are out for blood, but Kaim knows if he felt like it, he could knock them all down and they wouldn't be able to lay a finger on him. Instead, he relaxes his powerful stance and throws a leather coin pouch on the ground in front of the men. The stolen money is in there, he says. What? Sorry, I stole it. The confused stir quickly turns into angry shouts. Kaim raises his hand to show he will not resist. Do what you like with me, I'm ready. The Lady Grossa breaks through the wall of men shouting at him. How could you do this, Kaim? I wanted the money, that's all. And you're not just saying this to protect the girl. The woman's intuition is too sharp. Forcing a smile, Kaim turns to the tailor and says, It was in the pot in the cabinet, right? The man nods eagerly. It's true, he must have done it. I had the money in a pot. He's the thief. The money wasn't the only thing in the pot, though, was it? What are you saying? You had some letters in there, too. Letters from the girl's father. That's a lie, don't be crazy. It's true, though. No, there couldn't have been any letters. I threw them all. The tailor clasps his hands over its mouth. But it's too late. The Lady Glorosa glares at him. What's this all about? She demands. Oh, no, I mean, you better tell us everything. The people's angry glances turn from Kaim to the tailor. Some days later, 2 letters arrived from the girl addressed to the lady at the grocery store and the nice man upstairs. Kaim's letter says the girl managed to find her father in the capital. He has no way of knowing if it is true or not. It's hard to imagine a little girl finding her father in the big city so easily without knowing his address or workplace. Still, he decides to believe it when the girl's letter says, I am happy now. Human beings are the only animals that lie. Lie to deceive people, lies to benefit oneself, and lies to protect one's own heart from the threat of crushing loneliness and sorrow. If there were no lies in this world, much strife and misunderstanding would surely disappear. On the other hand, perhaps it is because this world is a mixture of truth and lies that people have learned how to believe. When he is through reading his letter, Kaim turns to the woman. Concentrating on her own letter, she shyly raises her head when she senses Kaim looking at her. I give up, she declares. Listen to this. I'm so grateful to you and the others at the marketplace for all you've done for me. I will never forget you as long as I live. A liar to the bitter end, that girl, she says, smiling through her tears. It's so beautiful. All right, so yeah, these are long stories, but it's world building, and it's a type of world building which we don't see in a lot of JRPG games. They are there, but they're very few and far between, especially to this level of detail about a single character's life experiences. So I forget how long some of these are. So thank you guys for stopping by. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. When we come back, we're going to have a bunch more of these to go through. I want to say at least 4 more or so. And they can be as long as that one. That one I think is one of the longer ones, but they are long, and so the entire next episode might be more of these, unfortunately, for those of you who aren't interested. But I find these stories wonderful and fascinating and neat in their philosophy, and they're neat in their understanding. And they're almost poetic, like fairy tales in and of themselves. They're wonderful little stories. So anyway, thanks for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/JackTar Studios for more live gaming action. And check out our Chairman of the Board show on Tuesday nights at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is our tabletop show. And check out the Hobo Blind Play show, normally on Thursday nights, in which he blind plays through excellent, awesome retro RPG games that he never got to play through in his youth. Thanks for stopping by, guys. We will see you guys next time with more Lost Odyssey.